It's a lie for now, but whatever. Still,
Mocha mommy, where she been at?
she chilling. She around. I actually just texted her like before you got here. I was telling her like, yo, if you want to slide up. Because I figured because school was out, so I was like, yeah. I was like, I figured she might have off of work, but she said she had something to do. Well, no biggie though. You know what I mean?
That's a nice shirt. Art history. I like that.
Yeah. What's crazy is I got 2 of these Johns. Same John.
What, in blue?
Nah, no, I got 2 of them. It's the same one. Yeah, I got another one in there. You know what I mean?
I got like a. You ever buy something and you be like, I like this shit so much, I'll just buy it twice.
Yeah.
And just don't wear one until when the other John get fucked up.
And that might be why I brought this John twice, because I it's like simple, but it's dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's a super simple shirt. You know what I mean? But that might be why. I don't know. But yeah, y'all tuned into the Two Things podcast. You know what I'm saying? Produced by Tuna Fish and Crackers podcast. I'll do my 2 things later and shit. I'm kind of in a mellow mood. That's why I was like, I'm sitting back today. Like, I'm in I'm always like this. It's crazy because I'm actually like this all the time on Mondays. It's because of my Sundays, because of how Sundays go.
You be partying on Sunday.
Sunday's my day to, Sunday fun day. So I'm off. So I'll be out.
That's actually crazy because it seemed like you would be chilling on Sunday and have fun on Saturday.
But see, I work. So why everybody, you dig what I'm saying? Because of what I do, like I'm saying, in the restaurant industry, I'm at work on Saturday. I'm working Saturday night. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. So you still partying?
I mean, no, like you still, that shit work, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, it's probably a lot more fun than a lot of people's 9 to 5s for sure. But it still works, especially when you're dealing with people. But the fuck was I about to say? I don't even remember. But anyway, you know what's crazy, man? I wanted to that clip. What clip? Last week. So I had well, I don't even look at her as a friend. She was cool. I would have said she was a friend a week or so ago. Somebody I worked with, but she took this clip like super, super offensive. Right? And mind you...
Oh, I seen it too. I know you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? She's supposed to get... Right. Mind you... and it got to a... Mind you, the clip was the clip about when... it literally comes on and says, I'd rather be known as a murderer than gay. Yeah, that clip.
You can't...
right?
You could tell it was a conversation around that.
You would think that people would... And you know what? She's the only one. She's the only person that said something about the clip.
Is she gay?
Yeah.
I mean, well...
Right? She's a gay chick. But here's the thing. She's not
gay.
the only... Huh?
Stop acting gay.
No, I don't care because look, first of all, because I don't fuck with Shorty. Like, you know what I'm saying? She a nut. To me, she showed her true colors. Because I left her a comment on it, but I also I DM'd her. Now, this is somebody I worked with for a little bit. I have her number, like all that, like, right? So I DM'd her. Only reason, mind you, if this was somebody I didn't know, I wouldn't have gave a shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was only because I know her and because I actually gave a fuck about how she felt and how she took it.
Yeah.
So I explained it to her and I DM'd her and I told her like, yo, you like, that's not like, she felt like we were saying that about like, that's how we feel. Like she basically took it as though I was saying like, yo, I'd rather be looked at as a killer than for somebody to think that I'm gay. Well, you know what I mean? That's how she took it.
Even
what I mean?
The clip of promotion that you put up, I seen the clip. The clip ends off me saying that the guy was on killing cats.
I know.
So obviously, there was a conversation of the guy Luca Magnotta. I know his name now. On the episode, I didn't know.
Yeah,
it was a conversation about that particular guy. You know, the conversation was way longer. So to actually confuse it with that's all we want by it.
right.
Like you said, I read your comment. You said it's for you to go pique your interest enough to go. It piqued her interest, but obviously it piqued her interest enough not to go listen to the conversation.
That's what. So, and this what was happening in the message. Like that's what she said. I'm like, it's a clip. I said you can't just take that, and I'm like, go watch the conversation. But I like I said, I went out my way and explained it to her. through the DM, I left her a voice message and told her like, no, this is what we was talking about. We wasn't saying like that's how we feel. I'm like, because first of all, we don't feel that way. I don't feel that way. And I'm like, I'm sure my guy don't feel that way. That's like, but that's not even what was going on. No, what else? That's what y'all said, and it didn't make me want to watch it. That clip didn't, and I said,
Made you
that's
talk
fine
about it.
Exactly. But I'm like, I don't care, mind you, I don't care. And I told her, I said, first of all, I'm like, I'm not doing this for you. So I'm like, it don't like, it ain't about just you, but that's her problem. She makes everything about her. You know what I'm saying?
Like it was an attack on her.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's fine, yo. I'm like, you don't have to watch it. That's fine. I said, but you're not going. I said, my problem is just that you creating this a fake narrative. And the reason why, and that's why I wanted to talk about it because, and I told one of my homegirl Joy, who was going to come on because she worked with her. I told her, I said, yo, you better tell that John, because of course she said something to her. Yeah. Joy come in my job and she's like, she's like, yo, what you do to Sean? I'm like, I ain't do nothing to that. I'm like, that girl, you know what I mean? I'm like, she a weirdo, whatever. So they saw the clip and she was like, yo, she made it seem like you said you'd rather be a murderer than be known as gay or something. I'm like,
yeah, it seemed like a statement of what you think we think somebody else.
Right.
It didn't seem like it came from how you feel.
That's what I'm saying.
The way you even said it don't even sound like it sounded.
That's what I'm saying. Like, mind you, and even when she saw the clip, she was like, first of all, she was like, you didn't even say it. She was like, that was somebody else saying it. And I literally say, I said, it's crazy. I said that some people are like that. So that's what was so crazy about this shit. And so I had this whole back and forth with that girl on social media. So then she ends up unfollowing me, which I could give a shit. I told her, I was like, yo, thanks for the unfollow. So then now I got to a point where I wanted to be petty and piss her off. So now she's like, well, I don't come on Instagram for this. And so I don't know, she left this dumbass message talking about some, I just try to, get stuff like this out of my space. Like this, I don't want to be on and see negative stuff like that. And I said something. Mind you, I'm making all that shit up to a certain extent. Like she was saying shit like that to that extent or whatever. Exactly what her words were, whatever, I don't know. But so I said, like, yeah, I was like, you right. I was like, yeah, it seems like, you got a lot to work on within yourself. I said that purposely because I knew that was gonna piss her off. She literally literally went off like, what do you mean? You're telling me that I have something wrong with me? And she just went off, and I'm just like, that's why I did that, because I knew it was gonna piss her off.
I thought you unfollowed me. Why you keep?
Right, she still messing me. So then she goes to the victim, and she's like, "Don't message me again, thanks." And I did. I was like, wait, I'm saying, but it's like, to me, when she said that, like, stop messaging me. It's like, now to me, you playing that victim role. You know what I mean?
You got to see her still, right?
I don't have to see her. I mean, I will, because she work at, the spot that I go to where I told you where my homegirl work at. So I might see her, like, because I still go by there sometimes. But the fact that she brought it up, and that's why I said to my homegirl Joy, I said, I wasn't going to say nothing about it because I don't care. But what pissed me off, and Joy, because I told Joy, I said, you better say something to that girl. I was like, because if she going around telling people that, then it's a problem. I'm going to have a problem with you, because Joy was like, no, she made it seem like you said you don't, like, you'd rather be known as a murderer than be known as a gay man. And I'm like, that's exactly what she told me. She said that's exactly how she made it seem.
I can get it. Here's the thing. I told people before, when you podcast, man, people, they watch it and it will affect your life for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. Right.
It depends on how people perceive your podcast.
Right.
Like, they don't care if it's jokes. They don't care if you're not serious.
Mind you, this is the same girl that wanted. Remember, I think I mentioned about her to you before. She asked me how much would it cost for us to do her podcast. She wanted to do a podcast on her and her girlfriends. She wanted us to come. She was asking me how much would it cost for us to shoot it, record it, everything.
Gotcha.
Like that. Yeah. I mentioned her before a while ago, whatever.
Yeah, I remember.
Mm-hmm. But
now the deal's off the table now.
I don't, Shorty, listen, I don't fuck with Shorty. Like, I don't fuck with her at all. Like, because you show your true colors. Like, you're a nut. You're a clown. You know what I'm saying? Like, for you to be like that, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I went out my way to explain that clip. And then not only, on top of that, I explained it. It's like you could literally go back and watch it and see it for yourself and see that that's not what was being.
Even
you know
so,
what I'm saying?
Even so, like the person said, I said it. Mm-hmm. Even so.
I don't
know chick.
I had two other people look at it. They both worked with her. And when they saw the clip, they was like, what? They was like, yo. They was like, she made this sound like it was crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't take that from it. They saw it one time and they was like, where did she get that from? You know what I'm saying?
No, you know what's funny? You get that, because I put clips up all the time that got like some type of gay jokes in it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of like I kind of like to do that,
Yeah.
like make these kind of weird jokes, and you get these comments from people, particularly gay. They be
Yeah.
like, "I wish you just use a different word besides gay."
Yeah.
Like it's not a racial slur. Like
Right.
I'm not saying anything. Like I'm not saying anything bashing y'all.
Right.
I'm just pointing out the word gay. You making it seem like the word gay is taboo now.
Right.
It's not.
Right.
Like I guess-
Exactly. No, exactly. But like I said, like Shorty just, it was just crazy because like it was like it was like she was having a argument with herself. And I know a lot of people do that because they don't listen to what's really being said. So what they do is they create, like she already, when she left that comment, she had already had it made up in her mind that I was saying that about myself, that I would rather be known as a murderer than a gay person.
Yeah.
All that was already done. So it's like when you start going back and forth with them, you realize like, and I knew, I was like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. I'm like, I don't even know why I'm going back and forth with her because I'm like, she's not gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Because she's arguing with herself. You know what I mean? So it's like I can't even defend nothing because I'm like, it's nothing to defend.
She's emotionally attached to whatever she perceives.
Yeah.
To what have happened. Like, what was going on. And even so, like I said before, even so, why are you carrying your sexuality so seriously? Like if somebody, that's a personal view. Like they rather not be gay. That's basically what they're saying.
Right. And that's the thing.
I just don't want to be gay. And
Right.
I'm gonna tell you like how much I don't want to be gay. I'd rather.
And that's what's the even crazier part is that, again, I don't feel that way at all. And that's not what we were saying anyway. But if somebody did think that way, that's
matter.
Exactly.
But
That's how they feel.
Yeah, like
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how they feel. Like it is what it is. Like there's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not even about a right or wrong with that. It's just like, you know, I may look at it like, yeah, that's fucking crazy because I do. Like if somebody told me straight up, like, no, like, yo, I would rather be known as a mass murderer than a gay person.
oh no. They would say like this. This is what they love to do. I say they. The people who want to start shit. They would be like, it's like saying, you will, like you would want to be, I would rather be a murderer than a black man.
Yo, this is what she did. So I don't even remember what she said, but she definitely gave me in this back and forth transaction, she tried to use
The black thing?
she like, what if somebody, and the crazy thing is, I don't even remember what she said because I was done and I'm like, I don't even know why we having this conversation because that's not what was said. And that's, you know what I mean? Like you took the clip totally wrong. You know what I mean? So it's like, again, I don't even know how to keep having a conversation about it. So when you try to use something else to compare it to, I'm like, you still wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this how you know, this how I knew she wasn't listening. This one I was really done when I was like, I said, after I explained it to her, I said, I don't know why you can't just be like, oh, you know what? Let me go check or let me go see the whole conversation. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I took it the wrong way or something.
Yeah, as a friend, you would give benefit of the doubt. It's
So I'm
not
like,
what you thought it was.
Right. So I'm like, I would think, and I said that to her. I said, I would think that you would just be like, oh, all right, well, you know what? My bad. Maybe let me check to see, like, because that's how it came off to me. So then she says, I'm not apologizing for anything. I'm like, yo, I'm not asking you to apologize about nothing. I'm like, I would just think if you're a sensible person, like you try to come off to be, that you would, and after me, that I thought I was cool with you, and after I went out my way to explain that clip,
Yeah.
you would think if you're a sensible person that you would be like, all right, like let me go, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I read into it too much, or you know, let me go back and check the episode, or let me go see what it was actually being talked about. Even though I just told you what was being talked about. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you can't even do that. You know what I'm saying? She still just went into this, well, I'm not apologizing. I'm like, shorty, I didn't ask you to apologize about shit. You know what I mean? So whatever. That shit was just, you know, like I told Joy that over the weekend. I said, because she was like, I was like, when you gonna see shorty? She said, I'll probably see her Monday in passing. She come out. I said, you better tell shorty to chill.
Stay out of my way.
No, I'm dead serious. I told her, I said, not because, no, my thing is, if you're going around telling people, like what you told Joy,
Yeah.
that's, you see what I'm saying? Like, and even Joy, my man Lou, which is Joy's dude, he was saying the same thing. Like, yo, that's just not cool. Like, is she going around telling people like, yo, he said he'd rather be a murderer than gay? You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's
you know what I mean?
It sounds crazy. Like, but somebody be like, when did he say this? Who did he say this to?
Right.
That's what somebody gonna say. Like, well, it's on his podcast.
Right.
Well, let me go hear it. A person gonna be like, I can't believe it. Let me go listen to it.
And
like, did you listen to it? No, I just seen the preview.
And she tried to tell me like, well, that's not cool for clickbait. Like, why are you doing? And I'm just sitting there like, what are you like?
So we got rules for clickbait.
Now she telling me how what we supposed to be doing, or how you supposed to be doing stuff. And she, dog, I didn't
know it was rules. Like, yo, your clickbait got to be politically correct.
She was like, it didn't make me want to go watch it. And she told Joy like, oh,
made you want to talk about it. Why wouldn't you want to watch it?
I told her, I said, yo, just keep commenting. That's cool with me. I don't even give a fuck. I'm like, but it's like, even my man Lou even said like, yo, Shorty thinks she's the voice for all gay people.
Well, you know,
them type people.
This is hilarious. You know what I mean? It must be. I ain't gonna say it must be you. I'm making a joke out of that. In the beginning of Tuna Fish and Crackers podcast, when you came on the episode, and remember me and you was talking about Jesus, the Virgin Mary.
Yeah.
I only had the audio. I ain't even had a video. I put the audio up, promoted it, and this chick that was following me was like, you was like, Jesus, God fucked Jesus. What is it? You said Virgin Mary got fucked by Jesus.
I said
or God.
I probably said she was a whore or something.
Yeah, some to that degree. A Virgin Mary having sex and cheated on Joseph.
I probably said right.
And the chick was like, "Oh my God, this is blasphemous. I
remember that.
I'm unfollowing you." I didn't personally notice shit,
right.
But I'm like, yo. It's crazy because it was you in the same conversation, and me and you go back and forth. I'm like, so Virgin Mary was a hoe. Yeah. She cheated on God. Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this is hilarious that somebody didn't finish listening to the episode, basically get what we were trying to say. Mm-hmm. Even though in that episode, we were saying exactly what was said. Basically, Virgin Mary cheated on God, and I called Virgin Mary a hoe.
Right.
And you was like, why would you unfollow somebody on that?
Listen.
She listened to Wu-Tang too. The chick like was heavy in the Wu-Tang.
Really? And that struck a chord. I mean, but that's because people have these super strong beliefs, and that's fine. I don't like, you can believe whatever. And some people just hold on to stuff so, I think, so deep and so personal that it's and they look at that as fucking up my shit. As it's like true, like even with her with the girl that I know that's gay, like she holds, it's something so, you know what I mean? She just holds on. It's something so personal to them. So I don't know. I feel like they just think whatever they say is like, no, like you can't say that about this because, like you said, what she say, that's blasphemy or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
like,
blasphemy.
Yeah, like, and it's like I don't go by none of that shit, man. It's like, listen, like you're more than welcome to believe whatever you want to believe. I don't have to, whatever. So whatever I say, if I feel a different way, I can say what the fuck I want. Anybody can say what they want.
It just sounds like she wanted you to be gay, and that there's no way of you.
She just the John that I'm talking about. I think she always feels like somebody's attacking her. Like you can't even have a conversation with her because she just turns it. It's always about her. Everything's about her. Well, I feel like this. I feel like this, and it made me feel this way. I wouldn't want to watch it. It didn't make me want to go back and watch the full episode. And
so this is all text, right?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shorty, I don't care. I said, don't watch it. I said, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? But don't, that's my thing though. But don't sit here and try to tell other people that I said something that I didn't say. You know what I'm saying? And that was just the bottom line.
I would encourage her to boycott it because that's like free promotion.
Yeah, exactly.
Boycott the podcast.
Yeah. Don't listen to Two Things podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Right. People are like, why?
Yeah, like
should I?
Right. That's how I go. But so I'm hoping my homegirl, I might have to text her. I'm hoping she'd say something. I told her, I said, yo, you need to say something to Shorty. I was like, because if I hear somebody else come to me and say like, yo, like, well, like she said, like you said this.
He goes. You gonna see all these flamboyant people just looking at you with side eyes like, that's him.
Yeah, right. Like I told you, I said, yo, if somebody else come to me, because there's I know everybody in there that she worked with for the most part. I'm like, if somebody else come to me and say that, like, yeah, she said you said this, I told her, I said, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. I'm not making no threats or none of that. I'm just saying, I'm gonna have a problem.
This clickbait gonna sound crazy. Whatever. Like, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, it's gonna be a problem. That's all I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm all for that shit with her. Yo, but listen, totally flipping the switch. Yesterday, So I was having my usual Sunday fun day, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the things I do love about like social media. You know what I'm saying? All these platforms, Instagram, TikTok, blah, blah, blah. So I'm at the spot where we watching the game at, right? With a couple people, whatever, we chilling. So it's this girl, it's across the bar. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, she look like this chick I follow on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just looking. And I'm like, she looked like this joint I follow on TikTok. And I'm like, she got like a kind of popping page. Like,
Okay.
she got like, I know she got over 100K followers and all that shit or whatever. And then I'm like, yo, I think that's Shorty. So I couldn't remember her name. Even though I know I follow her, I couldn't remember her name, what it is on TikTok.
Yeah.
So, but I remembered I downloaded one of her videos, so I had it in my phone because it was a clip that was hilarious to me. I remember I downloaded it.
Okay.
And I don't even know if I ever posted it. But anyway, so I went to that clip because I couldn't remember her name.
Yeah.
Went to it in my phone and I was like looking. I'm like, yo. I'm like, I'm looking. So I'm showing this girl that I'll be hanging out with on Sunday sometimes named Kayla, whatever. She was sitting next to me. And I'm like, yo, is that? I'm like, don't that look like the John? So she looked at it and she was just like, damn. She's like, it kind of do. She's like, but nah. She's like, nah. She's like, I'm looking at her nose. She's like, nah, that's not her. You know what I mean? She's like, it does look like her though. She's like, but her nose is different.
Yeah.
So I'm looking, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, this clip is probably a little older. I'm like, maybe she lost a little weight. Nose look a little different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just steady looking. I'm like, yo, this look like Shorty. And what made it even crazier is because she had a green hoodie on. In the clip that I had,
She had a green hoodie on.
so look, her hair was the same way, everything. So then what happened was the John, which she peeped that I would have never peeped. She's like, oh shit. She was like, she got the same earrings on.
Yeah.
She's like, Shorty got the same earrings on she got in this John.
That's definitely her.
I'm like, yo, that's Shorty. So what happens?
That's the killer.
I had to, yeah. That's the killer. But so I had the bartender. I was like, yo, find out what her name is, whatever. And the bartender I told, she don't care. I think she went right to her and said, like, yo, are you on TikTok? She, you know what I'm saying? She straight says something. So it was her. So she wrote a note. So the bartender comes back over to me and gave me a piece of paper. She wrote on there, she's like, thanks for following my TikTok. I appreciate something like to that nature.
Comedian?
She's
black
funny.
chick, right?
White John. No, White John.
Oh, White John. All right.
White John. So then I wrote back. I was like, yo, you're fucking hilarious. I was like, I said, I have a podcast on TikTok. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, follow my podcast, whatever. So I sent the note back or whatever. And she followed me or whatever. So what she does is, it's hilarious because what she does, she's married. So her husband's like a big sports guy, whatever. Like he's into fantasy football, that like, you know what I mean? So like, because you know how dudes is that's into the fantasy football like I do it. We take that shit serious. Like motherfuckers be drafting, they have draft parties. Like you know, motherfuckers go all out for it. So she kind of like plays the role like she takes it serious to a certain extent. So she goes all out her way like she has a video where she like on draft day when he had his draft, when his homies was getting together to do their draft, she got all dressed up and was like, I'm the wife of a GM. He's the GM to this to fantasy football, whatever. And you know, so she's like, honey, who are we picking first? Who's the guy that we're getting? Like she just real dramatic with it, but it's like hilarious. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So she does all these breakdowns now on sports teams on like each player's like, you know, she just does breakdowns about teams and shit. Like, but it's because of her husband that does the fantasy shit. He takes it so serious. So she just in a comedic in a how you say that word? Comedic?
Yeah, comedic way.
In a comedic way, I guess. Is that a word?
It is a word.
All right. Well, yeah. So it's just fucking hilarious, dog. Like, so I've been following her for a little bit. But yeah, it was her. And I went over, busted up with her. Told her about the clip that we had that went viral and shit, and she was like, yo, that's what's up, da 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 da. She lives in the area. She don't live too far. Yeah, we chopped it up real quick, and I told her where I worked at, and her girlfriend, she was like, oh yeah, she was like, I know that place. She's like, I haven't been there. So I was like, yeah, come through, come check it out. But I told her, I was like, yeah, man, I gotta get you on a podcast, da da da. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was cool. It was just cool to meet somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, meet somebody.
Yeah, like it was crazy. And
she followed you?
Oh yeah, she did. Like she wasn't one of them, like, cause you know how some people they they be on that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they think they too big or popular. She got like, I think like 115K followers.
Yeah. Some people be people like some people promote who follows them. Like if Drake follow me tomorrow, I mean follow anybody. Some people like, oh my God, Drake followed me.
Right.
You know, some people just don't be following everybody.
Exactly. But yeah, no, she followed me. So that was dope. And then
What's her name?
it's I'm about to tell you. But you know what was so crazy? So I was over there talking to her, right?
Yeah.
Her girlfriend, mind you, her girlfriend says that I don't think she's funny, whatever. I'm like, no, she's fucking hilarious. You tripping? Her girlfriend, while I'm sitting there talking to her, I noticed her girlfriend is literally at the corner while she was sitting there talking. She's
Videotaping.
recording all of it, right? And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, did you get my consent to? You know what I'm saying? But I'm fucking with her. I'm like, nah, I'm just fucking with you. I'm like, I don't care. Like, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to find her name though, because I always forget what the fuck her name. It's like Katie something. Yeah, Katie with a K.
Okay.
I guess all Katie's with a K. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, I'm about to say like,
but no, you know what I meant to say is Katie, because most Katie's is Katie. Hers is Katy. Katie Khan. KK. Hopefully her middle name don't start with no fucking K. That'd be bad.
Katie Khan.
Yeah. Katie KatyKahn. Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
She's super dope and super funny. You actually might have seen a clip. I think I did post. She has a clip out there where she talks about pickup basketball. How she's like how dudes like just go to courts and they play pickup basketball, and she like gets real like detailed about how this works, and she's like so amazed at like how do you pick your teammates? How do you know who's on your team if you're not wearing matching uniforms? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she has this whole thing. It's hilarious though. She's hilarious.
Yeah,
But,
I can't find her.
I'll send that shit.
Yeah, send me.
But no, like I said, it was cool to when you meet somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, those are the moments where she probably remember it.
Yeah.
We keep going viral.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, I remember it.
Right.
Notable. Like,
Right.
especially if she say the clip's still spinning.
Right.
And they get around to her.
Right.
She be like, yo, boy, just talk to me.
Exactly.
You know, the subject matter.
Yeah. But no, and she'll see it all because she started following me. But I think her girlfriend was recording and shit, and I think she even said something like, "Are you all right if she uses it?" I was like, I don't care. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I was just fucking with her because I was just like, whoa.
As long as you don't look like a groupie.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even, whatever. Like,
yeah, I don't want to look like.
It's not like I was over there like, oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. Like I mean, you know what I mean? It was just being regular. You know what I mean? And I walked up to her and I was like, yo, can I get your autograph? Like, I was just fucking with her. But she was super cool. And it's always nice to meet cool people, down to earth people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully I hope I run into her again. I'm sure I will. Because the spot we was at, everybody go there, especially during the games. It's like a big spot where everybody go watch the games up here. So yeah, no, that was cool, man. I just wanted to throw that out there, get away from the dumb negative shit. But yeah, that was fun though. Yesterday was fun.
All right. That's what you was trying to tell me in the beginning, the very first
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, remember I got a little hype. I was like, yo. Because I actually was going to hit you yesterday when that shit happened.
No, I think it's cool. You address everybody that happens on the episode. So
Yeah.
if you have a problem with anything we say, best believe MGD is going to address it.
Yes.
Next episode.
Probably. No, seriously. No, to a certain extent. You know what? No, more so if you're somebody I know.
Oh, no, you addressed the last bull too in the comments.
Yeah, but did I talk about it on the podcast?
You did. As soon as the podcast came on, you was like, yeah, man, we start how we start.
I did. Yeah. But I gave him a little clip. Yeah. That was just a quick jump. But yeah. And you know what's funny? Somebody left a comment on that.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Said you could have said, but that's exactly what I was trying to say. Like, homie, like we gonna actually take some of your advice for sure. But
You make it seem like we done. Like it's over for you guys. It's over.
Why the disrespect? That's what the other person left. Like, why you had to come off like that? Like, what was the point of being disrespectful about it?
I always think, I ain't gonna lie to you, when I see disrespectful comments from like random sites, I'll be thinking it'd be people that you do know under like a hidden account.
Yeah.
I never really feel like it's like some random person. You're like, yo, that hate seemed like it's too deep.
Too deep. Yeah.
Too deep to be coming from a random person.
Yeah, you just don't like me. Because
No,
you
it's
probably know me.
Yeah, it's like somebody like
reason.
sneaking on an account. Like, I don't want these niggas to know that I be checking them they shit out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make this nut ass account.
Yeah.
And just try to discourage them.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I'm amazed that like I still feel like, do people really do that?
Make second accounts?
I mean, make bullshit. I know they do, but that's how much I'm amazed that people I'm just amazed that people actually go out their way to do shit like that.
Well, no, it takes 2 seconds. You make a
I
Gmail.
know, but it's like I just don't get like you can't stand somebody that much, but want to hide, so you go make a fake account to still follow them to see what they do, just so you could talk shit to them,
Or even
and not be known that it's you talking shit.
maybe they don't even want to talk shit. Maybe they just want to they just don't want you to know that they watching your stuff.
Right. But I think that shit is fucking weird. Like I think that is fucking weird.
No, but they don't want to big you up. Like, I don't want them to blow up. It's like people who like don't check your stories.
Yeah.
Like, checking somebody's stories is probably like when you see somebody you know and that shit the red circle.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna lie, you always curious, like, what's in that junk? Wait, what's in there? Like, I want to see what's in there. Some people be like, I'm not going in there. Yeah. Or they just get the fake account. That's why you check your story, you see people in there like, yo, who is this?
Yeah, for sure. But it's a lot of people that I follow that I know that I don't check their stories. And it's just a lot of...
all right. I mean...
Yeah, I don't like... See, that's the thing with me. Like, most of the time, the people I know, I barely check their stories.
Is it because you just don't not acknowledge it? Because it's like normally it'd be right there for you to...
Yeah, it'd be at the top, you know what I'm saying? But it depends who it is. What it is because some people, even that I know that I fuck with, I don't care about what they doing or what they got going on. Not everybody. Not everybody. Like, there's certain people that I know that I fuck with that I see and I click on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But there's people that I know that I fuck with. You know what I mean? That I really don't really care what they got going on. So a lot of times I don't click on their stories. I don't know, for some reason for me, I'd be more into the people I don't know. I like seeing people. It's just the same reason why I always tell people that's why I got off Facebook a long time ago, because I felt like Facebook was just nothing but
the same people.
It was everybody you graduated with and family. And I'm like, I don't really like for me, social media is about networking, meeting new people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. Again, is people could do whatever they want and would look at it the way they want. That's how I always looked at social media. It was about networking, it's about meeting other people from the days of MySpace. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many people that I still know that I met from MySpace. You know what I'm saying? That we both know. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I meant to send you a clip too.
Yeah.
That clip it was a white boy playing like the guitar. You was patting on your knees.
I got it. You did send me that.
I did.
Or maybe you didn't. Maybe I found it because I do have it. No, I think you sent that to me a while ago. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I ran across it again when I went into my old computer.
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened to Bull?
No, I got that clip. I still got that clip. But yeah. So that's how I always was with social media. Like, I thought for me it was about meeting new people I don't know. Meeting new people. Like, I don't really. It's not that I don't care, but it's like I know these people. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely. I mean, I hear exactly what you're saying. Yeah. I think it's room for like meeting new people and still kind of like catering to the older people.
Yeah, for sure. Because like I said, because there's people that I know that I do click on their stories. I just might not do it as much as people that I don't know. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, if I see your John or like Smooth John, like, I'll click on his stories, but I might not do it a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's just because I know Smooth. Like, I call Smooth and be like, yo, what you doing? What you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever I see, I probably already knew he was doing it or whatever, because that's my man. We talk all the time. You know what I mean? So I don't be that quick or that hype to click on people's stories that I know like that, especially if I know you like that, like, and we talk all the time or chop it up or I be with you a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's good to clear up, because some people probably think you're an asshole. Like,
probably.
We'll see my shit.
Never see my, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
act like he don't see my story.
Oh, yeah.
He must have a fake account.
Yeah, I would never, and that's what I'm saying. I would never. I'm just not doing that. Like, and that's why I think it's so weird. Like, yo, like, who, like, people actually go out their way to make fake joints just so they can watch something that they want to watch. They just don't want that person to know that they looking.
I got second accounts. I got different accounts, but like a lot of times it's just accounts that I operate. They're not secret accounts. They're just different accounts that I do different shit on.
I got like two. I mean, I got two. Some of them I can't even get into them because I don't remember like the password. But none of them. It's not like I would, like, again. Like you just said, I wasn't being secretive. Like, I'm not hiding that it's me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I never understood how why people do that shit. But yes, I know I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna address every fucking negative comment. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well, to
certain things.
I think addressing negative comments be hilarious to me.
No, it's fun. It's fun to me. It's super fun. Like that's what people don't understand. I think, but I think it's also just because of our generation, the way we grew up. It's like I don't look at this like social media. All this shit is it's just games. It's just fun and games to me. It's just entertainment, and that's how I look at it. Like I don't look at it as nothing else. So like when people talk shit, it's like cool. I'll talk shit back too.
Yeah,
it's all fun and games to me. Even when you getting heated, you getting, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a joke. It's like yo, you not gonna do nothing. That's how I look at it. Like yo,
well, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like so, I ain't worried about that.
People
shit.
crazy out here.
No doubt, no doubt. But I would say 90% of the people that be online, people that just talk shit and be super negative and then just want to be disrespectful, 90% of them, they ain't doing nothing.
If somebody approach you, which can happen in the future,
Yeah.
somebody can approach you like, hey, you missed the two things.
Yeah.
Approach you like, I ain't like that fucking comment, ride off and throw like a beer can at you.
Yeah.
Like, you be looking like, oh wow, like that's why people be saying they get death threats. Like you can get death threats all the time. I think
they be threats though.
Yeah.
Most of the time, that's all they be.
Somebody won't.
I'm not saying if somebody won't do that. I know there's, it's like you said, there's crazy people out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they don't know if I'm crazy.
True. Exactly.
You come over here and get your ass killed.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's like that's why I look at, but I think most people know that too. So it's just like you know what I mean. So that's why I say like when you talk all that shit online, they're like it's cool. Like we online, it's for fun. Like I don't care. Like, and I'll go back and forth with you because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I enjoy like let's see who could get more petty. Let's see who could talk the most shit. Let's see who could hurt whose feelings first and actually get mad. So I'm gonna go all in. If you want to keep going back and forth with me, like I'll go all in. I've done it plenty of times on joints with people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just to me, it's fun and games. That's how I look at it. I don't take that shit serious. You know what I'm saying?
How you feel about I'm just like segueing something. How you feel about White Lives Matter?
Oh shit.
I don't know.
Like, it's at this point, I don't really care, man. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't think it's either. I'm not really caught up in that shit. Like because it's almost like, it's like when you, and granted, I don't know Kanye, but I know what, just like all of us, we know what he shows us. Like that's how we know him.
Yeah.
So I don't I've been to a point where like I always expect him to be doing like the wildest shit. Even if you want to consider it wild, but that's how everybody, the general public, looks at it. It's like, this bull wilding again. He going crazy. I'm like, well, that's what he always done.
You know
what I'm saying? So it doesn't, I don't know. So it doesn't, I don't have that. It doesn't really, when I seen it, I'm like, it doesn't really bother. I don't really care that much. I don't know why, but it doesn't really, like, I'm not even interested in it. Like, I'm not following it like how everybody else is or how upset people. I'm like, yo, it's Kanye. Like, boy, like this the shit that he's always been on, like done.
I'll be questioning like, is being relevant that important when you're a billionaire? Like that's what I'll be thinking in my head. Like, yo, is some of these things that you need to be doing when you're a billionaire? Because like I can't see you doing it for like, I gotta sell something. You're a billionaire. Like it ain't really gotta be selling nothing. Like. So it was like, yo, is getting that much attention that important to you?
I think so, because I think like you just said, like he a billionaire. Well, he want to keep those billions.
Keep those billions. You know how many millions and billions?
I don't know how much he got for it, but I mean like
it's a lot.
He want to stay on that status. I mean,
he's nowhere. He probably can't even spend all that money if he really wanted to.
But then also, I think it becomes an addiction, just like everything. Like that attention, I think you become addicted to it.
Yo, I need to be a trending topic.
Yeah, I think that becomes I think it's an addiction. It becomes an addiction too. Or maybe it's not for attention. Maybe he really feels that way. Maybe he really wants. Maybe he really feels like yo, because I seen a little clip of him explaining something, and he basically was saying something like white lives do matter. Like he was like I seen the clip actually today. He was like there's white people that wore Black Lives Matter shirt to try to remind us that our life still matters. Like we don't know. Like I don't
sound cool.
Right. So he said so I'm doing it to return the favor to let them know. Now. Most people probably look at that and be like, man, get the fuck out of here.
Being smart ass.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, guess what? Maybe he do feel that way.
But it sound cool until you realize he ain't wear that shit when everybody was out there wearing the Black Lives Matters hard.
Right.
Yeah, he ain't do it.
That would have had a bigger.
But he ain't do it around that time.
did.
So like you wait till it damn near
dies.
Yeah, non-existent on the streets.
Because nobody even talks about Black Lives Matter that much anymore.
Exactly. So you ain't do it when it was like when niggas was burning cop cars and flipping the city over and rioting. You ain't wear the t-shirt then. Like you're like, I'm gonna wait till it like die down. That's why I think like, yo, it sounds cool. You a rapper. I gotta remember that. Yeah. Like rappers say cool things all the time.
Right.
So why didn't you? Why now do you want to wear that shirt?
And it could go back to like what you said. It might attention. He might want.
I'm a billionaire that needs to be looked at
constantly, as much as possible. And like again, that's what I'm saying. I think at some point for a lot of these artists, a lot of just not even artists, just celebrities, it's an addiction. You know what I'm saying? I think it's an addiction. It's so easy to get addicted to plenty of things. People don't look at stuff like that as like an addiction, but it is. Like I think he could genuinely be addicted to that attention, needing that attention, needing the world talking about him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's, it is what it is. Everybody, and it's funny because it's a clip. I gotta watch that episode too. Drink Champs with Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal. I fuck with Shaq. I think Shaq is super dope. But,
I think he's a funny dude.
He's hilarious too. But I don't think I don't think he get enough credit for being like a dope person just in general. Like I've never seen anything bad about Shaq, or I never really hear nobody talk bad about Shaq. Like even just seeing stuff.
Kobe.
Yeah, that's true. But Kobe was see, I can't even.
He was doing it too. Like he was cheating too.
Yo, it was crazy. But hold on, I remember on the John. Somebody said he was on something, and somebody said something about him being a celebrity, and Shaq was like, "Whoa!" He's like, "Don't call me no celebrity." He's like, I denounced that shit a while ago. He's like, I'm not no celebrity. I'm like. He said, and they like, wow. He's like, cause celebrities. He basically said celebrities are assholes. I don't think he said assholes, but he basically was saying like, I'm not. Don't put me in that category. He's like, cause he's like He's like celebrities are they're assholes. They're not good, nice people most of the time. He's like, and I'm just a regular person. He's like, but I always felt it always seems genuine coming from Shaq. Like as much money as he has. Like some of the stuff I learned about him, like the companies, like stuff he owns and shit like that, you would just never know, cause like you know what I'm saying. Like, but it always feels genuine with him. Like you know, I mean, not that I'm around him, but I'm just saying, like just when you see him on TV and just anytime he's talking, like he does really come off as just like, yo, he's a good dude. Like,
yeah. Well, I think it's where he came from. Cause it was a time in my life where I was into sports and I was a Shaq fan because I bought his album.
Yeah,
I remember
Shaq
I was just
dope rapping too.
I don't know about that. I think I was young, and I think he was
basketball boy.
He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad at all. Remember the song "We Don't Need No Hooks"?
That John classic.
Is it?
You don't think so?
No hooks.
Did RZA produce that John?
I think he did. Yeah. I don't know.
On a banger. You don't think so?
I listened to it recently. Because I wanted to hear. Cause on Spotify.
Yeah.
I just listen to everything. So I'm like, yo, I remember I used to listen to No Hooks.
I had that single, cassette tape.
Yeah, it was popping. That joint was popping in the hood. Like
instrumental, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? That joint was rocking. I think I'm saying as far as for a basketball player, I thought he was a dope rapper for a basketball.
Every basketball player sounds stiff to me.
Yeah.
Everything sounds big, stiff.
Yeah.
As a rapper or actor. Like Ray Allen, he's a stiff actor. Movie was great.
Remember AI had that
40
bars. That joke was actually all right.
It's all right now. I think it was trash. And then I think no one was ready for that type of rapping. He from VA, so it had that.
Yeah. And that still sounded stiff, but he did his thing. But see, I don't think Shaq sounds stiff. Shaq, he sounded like he knew, he knew kind of what he was doing. Like, remember the joint he did with the few Snickers?
Yeah, what's up, Doc? Can we rock?
Yeah. Yo. That's what I'm saying. Like Shaq, I feel like Shaq to me could have probably had a career in hip hop, especially during those times.
He did have a career in hip hop.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like I'm saying to a point where like he could have not played basketball. And been this, I feel like he could have. He'd have been this big because he's fucking He's huge. This big dude. Like
I think that adds to the comical stuff of him. Like
for sure.
He's too big to be.
But I think he could have been a dope artist. I'm not saying he would have been the best rapper, but because of his how
in the
tall
90s,
he was,
I think he definitely would have been a a memorable artist from the
Yeah,
90s if he didn't
that's
have
what
no basketball career.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and I think it could have continued to, who knows how
But
long.
did he legit have a hit? Outside, if he wasn't a basketball star,
Yeah.
did he legitly have a hit?
No, I don't think so. He didn't, right?
I think he had hits.
Did
I think he had big songs because he was a basketball star. But I try to analyzing his music. Like, if he didn't have no basketball career, would any of them songs be like legitly like that Shaq joint hot?
I felt like No Hooks, John. Even when he was on a few Snickers, John, I thought
yeah, What's Up, Doc? As I said, the 90s rapper,
Yeah.
that What's Up, Doc joint was like actually kind of all right. But I can't say if it was a Fruit Snicky song or a Shaq song. I don't know who made that hook and vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I don't know. But you're right though. He definitely it popped off more because he was a basketball star, obviously. But I think he was dope music. I think he was dope for a basketball rapper. Now, what's crazy is because obviously he's still. And remember, Kobe had his shit.
Yeah, they got a whole
Kobe had he had a joint out too, didn't he?
Yeah. I'm not sure if he had an album, but he definitely had singles. But him and Shaq got like a you know how Jay-Z and Big L had to going back and forth on the radio.
Yeah.
Kobe and Shaq got like a freestyle joint. That joint run on for like an hour maybe.
For real?
Them niggas is freestyle. You can find it online.
That's crazy. I never knew that.
They just rapping each other.
Yeah. I never knew that and shit.
Yeah, they probably just just basketball bulls. Like we rapping too, but
yeah.
This ain't how we get our bread.
Yeah.
So we could just do whatever.
Right. I mean, you still got dudes like that's in the league that's still doing that to this day. I know one guy, Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
He played for the Blazers. I think he still played for the Blazers. I don't be following basketball too crazy, but he actually sound pretty decent. Like Bulls sound all right. Like, granted, I don't know what song. I can't quote nothing that he said, but just in passing, just from hearing his shit, I'm like, yo, Bull actually all right. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was a big thing back then. Hold on, let me turn this TV off because that shit gonna end up going to my shit. But back to the Kanye thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, I just don't. For me, I don't really. It don't bother me like that because I'm just like, yo, Kanye he's always doing something. And I keep seeing a lot of shit online where everybody, people that actually knowing, I hear like two different things. It's like you got the people that's like, yo, why do we still like, you know what I'm saying, like hype this guy up? Why are we always trying to make excuses for him? Like he need help, all that. You got that. And then you got the other people that's like, nah, like Kanye's my guy, like that's just how he is. He's a free thinker, You know what I'm saying? Like most people fall on one or two sides. They either like, yo, why the fuck are we still supporting this clown? You know what I mean? He always saying some wild shit. He always doing dumb shit, and all we keep saying is, oh, he a musical genius. Fuck out of here. And then, like I said, then you got the other group where they like, that's my brother. Like he just, he has his own thoughts. And it's like, yo, we all have our own thoughts.
I think Kanye got a scheduled list of controversy he got to get to. I think he listed out. I think he like, yo, I got to do something good to win the people back, and then I got to do something that's going to push him away. He got this push and pull thing with the public that I think people just didn't catch on to yet.
Right.
I think people say, why we keep giving him excuses? Because he's been doing it over. He do something great. Back then it was like he dropped a really good album.
Right.
And then he get on TV. Or matter of fact, the album went along with George Bush don't like black people.
Yeah.
He like, I'm going to push away that particular audience. And then I'm going to come back and do something where my core audience is not going to like it.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to come back and then I'm going to push everybody off and get on stage and, snatch mics. Like, I think he scheduled this. I think he scheduled his stuff. Like, I think when, particularly the BLM was going on, I think he was like, when this joint die down, because when it does, everything dies down.
Yeah,
I'm going to get back to doing it. I'm going to bring it back by wearing this shirt. Yeah. And I ain't got to do too much.
Right.
And then he got so many things scheduled. I think he does so many different things. Like, he probably drop an album in like a week out of nowhere.
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what, the group that is like, man, we need to stop supporting him. He only doing this shit when he about to drop out. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's exactly what they're saying.
But he dropping so many things now, so it's not even albums. It's like he might.
It could be anything.
Yeah,
it could be a sneaker. It could be you know what I'm saying? Whatever, clothing line, whatever the fuck. So, but that's what a lot of people be saying. It's like, yo, if you you watch this guy, you see this is what he does. It's calculated, like you just said. Like he probably does have a schedule. He probably literally has
Kanye. They need to start hating you again.
Yeah.
What can we do?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I gotta look at my book.
Yeah, he probably literally has hate season. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, we in hate season. It's time to get some more haters and shit. Which is like, whatever. Like, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I don't know why people get so upset. I think at this point, that's how I look at it. Like, because like I said, because we see what he does like constantly. Like, this is nothing new. You know what I mean? Like, I'd have probably been maybe more bothered if the bull my song threw on a White Lives Matter shirt, and it's only because of his, you know what I'm saying, involvement and how much he is involved with the Black Lives Matter movement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I'm the only person I thought in my head who would surpass or got me madder than, well, I didn't get mad when I seen Kanye wear it.
Yeah.
I just thought it was ridiculous. Is Eminem. Now, if Eminem wore White Lives Matter.
But the thing is, here's the thing. See, that wouldn't even bother me either because he's white. So it's like,
he's white, but he don't even play with that type stuff. Like, he don't play with nothing racial. You know what's crazy? He had that line on his album, like, he said, I drank more liquor to fuck you up quicker. And you want to fuck me for saying the word.
Yeah.
It was blanked out.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Did he say it or did he not say it?
Who knows?
That's what I'm trying to say. Right. Like, it was there on his album being going platinum.
Right.
Like, did he say the word or he just knew that you was going to think he was going to say the word?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, and no, I get that in that sense, right? Like, I totally understand, like, being like looking at that some type of way if he did it, for sure, in that sense. And my thing is, see, I try to look at, that's why it's Two Things podcast, because I just try to look at things from two different sides to it. So it's like, we know what the Black Lives Matter, the whole point of it was for the most part. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, for somebody, like, even if a white person decides to put on a White Lives Matter shirt, right, we look at it like, yo, like, that's not what we doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not, you know what I'm saying, trying to say that your life don't matter. The point of it is to bring attention, obviously, to, you know, the police brutality, blah, blah, blah. That was the point, right? Mm-hmm. So, but like I just said, at the same time, for me, I look at it also as like, look, they white. So if you wear a White Lives Matter shirt, whatever, it's like, whatever. Like, you're more than welcome to feel that way and do that. Like, I don't take it as like a stab at Black Lives Matter to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the thing.
I mean, it can be like somebody could be purposely doing it because they like, man, fuck that Black Lives Matter shit. Like, I'm gonna wear White Lives Matter shit. Like, they could be doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they kind of like the all lives matter.
Right.
That was the way that, you know, most white people was
right.
They was trying to like, yo, we ain't gonna blatantly wear White Lives Matter.
And what we were saying was that y'all missing the point. And a lot of people do. They was missing the point. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't about, you know, the easiest way to put it, everybody was saying was like, all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter. And the way the world is, the way things been going on, it doesn't seem like Black Lives matter. And, you know what I mean? And that was that's the point. You know what I mean? So again, people could wear some all lives matter, White Lives Matter, and be doing it purposely because they like, yeah, fuck that Black Lives Matter shit, and I'm wearing White Lives Matter because I'm white and da-da-da-da, and we don't, you know what I'm saying? And that, you know, whatever. Like I said, you know, like for me, like I said, man, I try not to. I always look at things like, look, man, people can feel the way they feel. Like at the end of the day, like if somebody's mad that they like, yo, like, nah, like, well, White Lives Matter too. It's like, oh, you can feel that way. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is just, but don't miss out on the point that's really trying to be made. That's really trying to be made. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think the point is he took the picture with Candance Owens.
Yeah.
Candance Owens got a documentary on exposing
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, the money, where the money went. They made like 80 million.
Yeah, she's very interesting. I actually, I've seen a lot of clips with her, and I'm just like, I can't stand this broad. You know what I'm saying? But
that's what you mean by interesting. That's what you mean by that.
Yeah, to a certain extent, but like, again, with me, I always say, I try to look at things on two different sides of it. So it's like, even though there's so many things I've seen her say, and I'm just like, this bro is out of pocket. But then some. But I do listen to her sometimes, and she does say a lot of things, and I'm like, I get that. You know what I mean? So I kind of, it's like
it's her energy. Her energy is like,
sometimes her she could say some things that I'm like, oh, no, she knows what she's talking about. But then her energy, right, will give you off more of a negative vibe, so you kind of just don't want to take it. You're like, I don't want to fuck with this bro. Like she shit.
I think she lacked the likability.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I don't like her.
Right.
I don't like it coming out her mouth. Somebody else say this shit for her.
Right. No, you're right. But see, that's a big thing because that's probably exactly what it is. She definitely, to me, like I don't think I would get along with her. Outside of what
I don't think most,
you know what I mean,
black people from the urban sector.
But no, what I'm saying is even just outside of her views and what she just how she talks, her energy, and just the way she seems. I don't think I would get along with it just on some regular shit. Like, outside of her views.
Like, y'all trying to order to eat.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to eat pizza.
Yeah. Like I don't think she'd be somebody I would probably get along with. But then again, I could be dead fucking wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
Kanye love her.
Yeah, like
that's what it seems like. He's like,
yeah,
they like the biggest friend. I feel like they both got that same schedule of controversy
probably
on the way. Like we both got to piss some people off.
They're basically, and like you said, they could genuinely feel that way, or they might just be doing things because they like. And I get it. I'm gonna do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. All my peoples is doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, that's how some people live their lives. They just like, I'm not doing what everybody else does.
I'm doing the opposite.
I'm doing the opposite. You know what I'm saying?
It become a time period when if you're doing the opposite, like genuinely doing the opposite and not just doing the opposite. When people catch you on like, yo, that's all he do. Like he look like he be waiting to say the complete opposite. Then it becomes corny.
Right.
I think when you just do the opposite, because I'm like, yo, he genuinely just don't feel this way. I can almost feel like he's not going to like this.
Right.
But when it's like, yo, come on, every single thing, man.
Right.
Like you really waiting to go against the everything.
Exactly. Yeah, some people just don't want to be part of the herd, don't want to be part of the flock. You know what I mean? That just is what it is. And I understand it to a certain extent because I was kind of like that when even to this day probably, but like even being young, like I used to do things because I didn't want to be like everybody else. Like that was the whole reason. Like most people that know me, like remember I used to have braids.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, but I did that at a young age, and we're in Philly. Like, wasn't nobody rocking braids like that at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I purposely did it because I didn't want to look like everybody else. Like I was just like everybody just had regular low cuts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna grow braids. You know what I'm saying? Like, and also it was because at that time I was a big fan of West Coast music, and I used to, you know what I mean? That's what really kind of got me into it.
Yeah.
And Bone Thugs and Harmony. Like I used to like the braid shit. I was like, I'm growing braids. You know?
Yeah, but we on the East Coast, so it's like foreign to us.
Right, exactly. But even my sister said that back then. She was like, yo, Willie just like to do things opposite from everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to a certain extent, that's how it was. That's all, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's like fashion though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like
like
disrespecting
right
a whole, like he was trying to say, like we don't say, if we start looking at us as a people and not a race, then a lot of things will clear up. You're just being technical with words. But I'm saying when you start disrespecting like an obvious problem just to be different, like the like when you go down the line, if you had to watch a documentary or you went on TV like today, we're just gonna represent all the black people who was killed through racism. It's so overwhelming that putting on that shirt shouldn't even be tolerated. And that's what it really is, like to ignore that, like that could have been you. Yeah. Like literally all those black people could have been you. Exactly. It could have been Kanye. It could have been me. And that's the problem with that shirt, just to be like, I want to repay you the favor. White people was wearing Black Lives Matter shirts at the time because they felt like, yo, this stuff is out of pocket. It's so overwhelming that I have to wear the shirt with y'all. Not saying, we're not trying to be smart to say that your lives matter. It's just that we have to bring awareness that this needs to stop. Yeah. It's not a I'm trying to be smart and repay you the favor type thing. Right. Like, come on. Like Kanye did that a couple of times. Like even with the Harriet Tubman stuff and slavery was a choice. All types of things. Like he's like, and to become a billionaire is the most hilarious thing ever because the only reason that a lot of these things fly is because, or we keep paying attention, is because people are a slave to money.
Mm-hmm.
If Kanye was like not making any money,
Mm-hmm.
we wouldn't care about none of the stuff he said.
Nobody be paying attention.
People be thinking like, it gotta be. I see some of the comments like, well, he got more money than you, so you can't hate on him. The reason that I can't have an opinion towards a billionaire doesn't make any sense. That means that you're a slave to money.
Right.
That means that you will probably do anything for money.
Exactly.
Like, and that's the sad thing about it. Like, yo, if he was the Kanye making beats for D-Dot again, the boy from Bad Boy, and he never got with Jay-Z and never made all those hit records, crossed over to fashion, and never did all these things, like, he would just be ignored.
Yeah. Where nobody be saying anything about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's only because he's successfully and financially.
That's it. Like, do you think that because he got so big that probably is the reason why he does a lot of things he does? Like, if, like you said, like let's say he stayed in just like, oh, he just was a dope producer and that's it. He just kind of stayed on that level. Like, he has money, but you know what I mean? Like, he's just a dope producer, blah blah blah. Like, do you think like because of his level of success, you think that has a lot to do with why he acts out the way he acts out? You know what I
think
mean?
so, because he, like, even with the backpack movement, he explained that too. He's like, yo, I didn't even like the type of music. Yeah. He like, I used to like.
Yeah, I remember that. Yup.
So so at the beginning of his career, he just been doing stuff just to get a leg up, just to fit in, because he made beats. Like, he's like, yo, I made beats, so I'm just gonna get with these dope rappers like Mos Def and them.
Yeah.
I might generally don't even want to make this music. I might like it a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and get noticed by producing these guys. Like, and then I can keep, like, I'm bridging the gap, but I'm really listening to No Limit.
Yeah, right.
That's what he's saying. Like, I'm really listening to No Limit, but I'm gonna do this backpack stuff because I can monopolize on it. Like dude been doing this the whole time. Like, this to get a leg up, and now he got to the point where that's what's so ridiculous. Like, when you get to a point where you got a ridiculous amount of money, like, I feel like why he's not enjoying his money.
I think he probably is, man.
Come on, you can't want that much attention and enjoy your money. Like come on, if you had $1 billion, like, the last thing I would be doing is wearing the White Lives Matter, trying to get publicity.
Yeah.
Like, come on, I'm done. I feel like I'm done with the tension.
That's you. That would be me too.
Then you might as well not even got paid. Like, he might as well just like, yo, I don't want none of this money. I just want attention. Like attention can't be worth that much.
I mean, and not in my eyes, it ain't, and not in your eyes. But like I said, man, some people, I think it really becomes an addiction for some people, I think. And but also I think you got to remember too, is that we can, like, he has all his money, but now he has to, like I said, he has to sustain it, because he has, think about how much
sustaining billions of dollars.
Think about how much money he putting out, like.
Come on, he don't have to put out that much money. Just think about it. Like, if you had $1 billion, you literally could downsize your life.
Yeah, and you know what? Because I don't think he has a house, do he? He was talking on.
He only bought a house to be next to his children.
Right, but now I don't.
He was just like, that's what billionaires been doing, just sleeping at they rich friends' houses.
Yeah.
Because when you got a billionaire, you don't really have too many. Yeah. I don't think you have too many poor friends.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. No, like, cause I don't think. I think he was saying. I seen something before. I think he was saying he don't have no house. He's like, I don't have no house. He's like, I live everywhere.
So it's ridiculous.
I mean, because when you got that much money, you could just, like, it's no reason.
It's ridiculous.
It's not that it's no reason, but I mean, you don't have to. Like, to be honest, and you know what? I just saw something about that. They was saying how, like, you know, buying, like, people really shouldn't even buy houses. And shit. Because it was you know, houses were really created for the banks. That's how the banks. That's they had to have a reason to loan people money or whatever, and that's how they make money or whatever the case is. And I get that to a certain extent. I mean, most people, you know, and that's why, you know, most everybody pretty much was brought up like, all right, you know, you get a job, blah blah, buy your house, you know what I'm saying? That's always pushed or whatever. And they tried to put in our heads that, like, you know, renting is stupid, and it's like, I always tell people all the time, like, yo, renting ain't dumb at all, because at the end of the day, like, you can do what you want. You can move when you can go wherever you want, whenever you want. You know what I'm saying? You're not stuck or you know, to some house for 30 years because you got a 30-year mortgage or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's the way you buy a house. Like, if you buy it just to rent it out, you buy it so somebody else can rent it out.
Yeah.
I think that it's dope that way.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I know so many people that be like so hyped about trying to buy a house, and they be like, yeah, and I'm like, why are you like worrying about trying to buy a house? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's one of the first ways a lot of people get into super debt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they more than likely they probably buying a house that they probably really can't afford like that, just because they think they're like, oh, I budgeted right, and yeah, I can afford this. Like, because you got to realize, like, you own that, you get that house, there's gonna be issues, shit you got to pay for. That's on you. When you renting, guess what? I ain't gotta do nothing. You just call who you own the crib, the landlord. Guess what? Yeah, this broke, this don't work. Oh, you gotta fix that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta worry about nothing. And then in the day, you know what I mean? Tomorrow, if I want to get up and say, you know what, I'm moving to fucking what's the name? I ain't got no 30-year mortgage I gotta worry about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying there's something wrong with buying a house. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that at all. I think it just for me, it just for me, it's like it just has to be a real good and smart reason for me to want to buy a house just for me to just live in and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think owning things, I kind of touched on this probably like a few days ago with people. I think the more things you own, the more things attached to your life, like you're less free.
Right.
I think the renting thing is people being closer to being free.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize that. People think that owning something makes you free, but you got something that's attached to you.
Right.
You can't do what you want.
Right.
Like,
and you know why? Because when if you really look at it, like you don't really own nothing to a certain extent when you think about it. Like if you think about it, like let's say you get a house, you think it's yours, right? You still got to pay taxes on the crib. You got to pay yearly taxes on the property, right? But you know, there's people that they sometimes, let's say, you know, something happened, they lose their job, blah blah blah, whatever, shit happens. If you can't pay that, you know, and that when it starts to add up, they will take your house. The bank, they will take that house back if you can't pay your property taxes. So it's like you could be sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Like even when you pay off the crib, I think you still have to pay property taxes.
Yeah. I'm not sure if churches have to do that.
No, churches, they don't. They tax exempt.
Yeah. So with that being said, or cemeteries and stuff like that.
Right.
So if you play the game.
Right. It's the same reason why. This is what people remember with. That's why Trump. He buried his. Was it Trump?
It was Trump.
He buried
somebody there.
He buried on his property.
Yeah. Same thing with like Ross with making his place like a safari.
Right.
Or a zoo.
Right. But these are the games that the people that with money
Rich
know how to
people
play. Yeah, that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we can know about them.
We can.
It's just
no
like
doubt.
so. Like you probably can't even execute it,
right?
Because it takes a lot of money to do it,
right? But like I said, so it's like you don't even really own. Like you could say you own a house, but guess what? If something happens to you and then you can't pay your property taxes, guess what? It's gonna end up being a lien against your house. They're gonna take your house if you end up not paying that money. Yeah. So it's like, but you thought it was yours. You know what I'm saying? Even if you paid it off, it's like, but nah. Like guess what? You don't, you know what I mean? You don't pay these property taxes. Something happened to you. You fucked up in the game.
We're not even here for that, man. Half the shit that people be worrying about, we're not even here. Like as humans, we're not even here. It started getting so ridiculous that people start worried about like your house and property tax more than the intake of water.
Right.
Like when the last time you drank some water?
Yeah, it's like simple shit. No, that's real shit.
Like, your eyes yellow as shit.
Yeah, like your eyes yellow. Like fam, get some H2O up in you.
Yeah, you worried about paying property tax. Yeah. Like that's why I was saying. That's why I'm like, it's so ridiculous. Like I be watching like animal Discovery Channel stuff or whatever type stuff. I'm watching animals. Like animals don't worry about nothing but eating.
yeah, eating and rest.
Yeah, I be watching bears. Like every day they get up, I'm going to eat and protect.
Yeah,
that's all they worry about. They don't worry about like. Yeah. Yo, do I own this cave? It sounds stupid.
Somebody go come repo this jaw. Like
I don't want a duck to come move into my cave. I might have to kill him.
That's a fact. But no, you know what? It's funny because it's a documentary on actually it's a documentary. It's a series, whatever, on Netflix called Alone. And
alone, like you're by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they it's kind of like a competition too. Like they have to live out in the woods. They don't have no phone, nothing.
A lot of white people in this movie, ain't it?
That's all. I mean, white. Well, no.
Netflix love these.
Yeah. Well, no. It's like one guy is like I haven't seen one black person, that's for sure.
It sounds like a white
film. Oh yeah. Because they you get to pick certain tools you can take. You know what I mean? Like, so these motherfuckers is literally like, you know, chopping down wood and building little log cabins. Like, it's survival. And they got to be out there for a certain amount of days. I forget how long it was. It might have been like it might have been equivalent to like maybe 6 months. And they gotta last, and they win like 500 grand or something like that. And you only get like certain tools you can pick. Like there's some stuff you could get. You have choices. Okay. You know what I mean? Like some people choose to get, bring an axe. Some people want this.
It's not like a video game. It's like a cell phone video game. I play those cell phone games like.
Right. So they drop you off and you gotta survive. You know what I'm saying? And this is it's crazy. What's interesting is they run across bears. They don't, you know what I'm saying?
The worst thing that, it was funny, glad that I brought up bears and you brought up bears just now.
Yeah.
Bears are nuts. I'm saying, like, do you really know much about a bear? I've been doing research on bears. They nuts.
See, but no, I get that. See, here's the thing. I don't know that much about bears. I've been seeing, I think everybody gets into what they get into. Like I was at a point where we talked about it before, alligators.
Yeah.
I did a lot of research on alligators. I was watching mad shit, so I learned a lot about alligators. I never dived into bears like that. But outside of your typical, your lion and your tiger out there, bears, you don't want to run across no fucking bear.
I'd rather run across a lion than a bear. Like, that's how crazy they are. Like, I didn't realize how crazy they were. Like, them niggas, those bears are like, they can weigh up to like 900, 1,500 pounds.
Yeah.
They run at like, They run like 40 miles per hour.
Yeah, they could get up to that for sure.
Yo,
no problem.
They can climb anything.
Yeah,
they can swim.
Don't matter that it's 900 pounds. Can you imagine thinking you getting away from a bear from climbing a tree and
he climbs it like it's nothing? I watch him climb. They can jump too.
Yeah,
I seen a bear jump from a patio porch to a tree.
They get busy
and hung him. A 900-pound bear jumped to a tree and comfortably land on it and climb down like it ain't nothing.
Yeah. I
don't even understand how they exist.
No, I feel you. They get busy. No, bears is definitely crazy.
They don't live in the same habitat as lions, but they was in a circus. Right. It was a news article about at a circus event that a bear killed a lion.
Yeah,
by hitting him in the face.
Yeah,
like claws went straight to his head. Like,
oh yeah, that's it. Yeah,
killed him. Like so lion ain't really lions is just being promoted to us. They ain't really about that. Like they are. I mean, if you run into one,
yeah. I don't listen to lions. So you know what it is, and I could be 100% wrong. I could be 100% wrong. But I think the reason why I always look at it like I would be more scared running across a lion than a bear.
You're tripping.
I'm not saying I'm not. I'm probably what I'm saying is the reason why. I don't know why, but like I told you, I never really dived into bears and everything about them like that. And I've seen enough of lion shit because that's all they promote. You know what I'm saying? Since we was kids. But for some reason, I feel like I said, I could be 100% wrong. I feel like I would have a better chance getting away from a bear than getting away from a lion.
No, man. I just told you.
I feel you.
They run at 40 miles, 30, 40.
They can't, right. But they don't, I don't think they hold that speed that long because they so fucking big. They can definitely hit that.
Can you?
I'm not saying I can, no.
You don't need to hold it that long because you're not running 30 miles per hour.
I know, but I'm just saying, like when you look at a bear, you look at a lion, and just I just feel like if I had to pick, I feel like I could get away from a bear over a lion. I feel like a lion, I feel like it's a wrap. If you raise a lion, and
because they promoted the fear of lions.
I know. That's why I'm saying.
Bears breaking people's houses and gently search for food.
Yeah,
they be polite. They will break in your house, and you wouldn't even know they was there.
Yeah.
They so crafty. They agile to be that big.
Yeah.
I seen bears like open doors and or go through windows and don't knock nothing down. And just be like going to the refrigerator and search through stuff like you think you getting away from the bull? Like they talking about just play dead and don't run. They say don't run from a bear because you got a better chance of not running.
No, what they tell you, because even on that show, you're supposed to you never fucking run. That's for sure. It tells you if you're at a point where there's nothing for you to do, is you're supposed to stand your ground and try to make yourself look as big as possible. That's exactly
what you know how tall a bear is.
I know that
they can get on their hind legs for a long period of time.
No, for sure. But I'm just saying, like that's what they tell you to do. They tell you that your best option, because like you said, you ain't getting away if you out there in that habitat. Like you ain't.
You know what?
It's a wrap.
All the people that's dead didn't tell you that. Like the people that's dead,
they ran probably. The people that's dead,
I don't know what they did. They dead.
They probably tried to run. Like I'm telling you, they tell you. Your best option is to try to make yourself look as big as possible. Fucking make noises like you a fucking bear. Like you don't want to show that you intimidated. No, I'm saying that's what they tell you. That's what you're supposed to do. And I've seen shit on where like the bear would be like, I've seen Jones where they would do that because they do it on the show, right? But now they give them this thing on that show where it's I forget what it's called, but it's something they hit. It's something that it sounds like a big loud super firecracker.
Yeah, they don't really like that sound.
Loud, exactly. So they give them that on that show. So when they do run across a fucking bear, they have that. Like they can't, obviously they don't give them nothing where you can to try to kill them. Like you can't shoot the fucking bear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they give them that so that, you know, but it's an episode on there where the bear, like, Bull shot this joint on like 3 times. Bull was not budging. The bear was just like, and the bull just comes in like, oh shit. Like, you know what I mean? At some point, the bear did budge and leave. You know what I'm saying? Because it was that noise or whatever. But I think, like I said, that's why they tell you, like, your best option, if you had nothing, is to make yourself look as big and fucking you better make some type of noises, make yourself like you another bear and shit. That's your best option. Because they might just be like, you know what, I'm good. I get this nigga. I get this nigga tomorrow.
The only thing I came up with, because I seen a bear drag a cow with his intestines hanging out like it was like a soda can. This nigga was just dragging.
Yo, it's like a soda can.
I'm trying to put it how insignificant,
how easy and how
you know how big a cow is.
Right.
This nigga was dragging it with his teeth like.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say, like, yo, the only chance against a bear, not the only chance, but the only chance that a normal person will have against a bear is to throw a pack of food at it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you throw food at a bear,
that's what he want.
He want to eat.
Yeah.
All he going to do is search it, eat it. You can get away.
Yeah.
He's not really going to chase you. So if you're going to be in any area, if you don't have no weapons and nothing like that, not that you're trying to kill him. My thing is have a lot of food.
Yeah.
And have it to throw at him.
Yeah.
So he can eat that.
Yeah.
And if you want to go be brave enough to cut his throat while he eating,
I think I'll just take my chances and just leave it.
I'll probably be like, I gotta kill him.
This nigga gonna be the one and shit while the bear eat. He gonna hop on this nigga neck. Like, yo, that shit ain't happening. Like, yeah, no, just leave. If that nigga takes his time to sit there and start eating that food, now it's time to just get the fuck
away. To go.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'll probably be happy enough that he stopped to eat it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
I'm not taking my chances on trying to kill this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Unless you in the cave with that nigga and you can't get out. And you're
like, I gotta live here.
Yeah.
I gotta live here till I figure out how to get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. But no, that's crazy though. I'm definitely gonna dive into. I've been seeing them a lot more just on shit I've been watching.
Bears is nuts. I'm glad that I know this knowledge. I feel like hopefully not that God's gonna put a bear in my life.
Yeah,
but I feel like if I come across a bear, I know what not to do.
Right.
Hopefully, like it's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Like it's nowhere you can't climb nothing. You can't really jump in the water.
Yeah,
because they can climb water. Like they be catching fish.
Yeah, you said climb water.
I said climb water. Yeah, all right. No, you can't get in the water.
Yeah. But no, right? No, I got you. But I feel that, because that's how I feel about like I said with like alligators and shit. Like I don't ever want to really be in the vicinity with, you know what I'm saying, where they around and shit. Like
I feel like I feel like alligators ain't fast. I feel like they're not fast.
See, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. This is how I was. That's why I said. That's why I feel the way I feel about bears, because I never dove into.
No, but alligator. I study alligators a little bit. Like especially after you talked about it. Yeah. They're strong.
They're the best living predators. They're the best predators. Period. And because and that's the thing with it. Like when you really dive into. They've outlived everything. They've been around with dinosaurs. There's nothing that's been around as long as them that's still living to this day.
Yeah.
Is alligators. Okay. Alligators have outlived everything. They you know what I'm saying? We've had animals that's been extinct, this and that, didn't make it through the, you know, whatever the whole dinosaur age and all that shit. They've been around for all that shit and they still here. You know what I'm saying? And it's because of a lot of things that they're able to do, like with their bodies, like, you know what I'm saying? Like even in the shit that they swim in is full of like, you know, Like the average any animal that that lives in like where alligators is at, like let's say if a limb gets torn off or they get into a fight, another animal, right? In the conditions that they live in, anything is going to get infected because of all the bacteria that they're in and all that shit, right? Any animal, person, whatever, it's going to get infected if you don't get some immediate attention to whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Alligators, they don't get infected and shit. They have like these what they call it, antibodies, whatever. I might be saying it wrong. That is like, and that's why they've been doing tests on trying to use alligator blood for like a lot of diseases and sickness.
They always try.
Yeah, of course.
See,
I mean,
man is gonna fuck around and create the ultimate beast.
yeah. But it's because they have something where they don't get infected. Like you know what I'm saying, to where any other living animal, they in that and you know, swimming in that cesspool that they in, they would get infected, and if they didn't get attention, like they gonna die. You know what I'm saying, from the infection. Just like a human would. You know what I mean? But alligators, nope. They don't get, you know what I'm saying? Like, nope, they good. You know what I mean? And because also, which I always thought was amazing, they literally can go a whole fucking year without having anything to eat. Like
almost similar to bears.
Bears can go that long?
They go months, not a year.
Yeah. No, they can go. Yeah, what that makes sense because they fucking sleep.
Hibernate.
Yeah, they sleep for fucking how long?
They just be laying there. They don't drink, eat, nothing.
Yeah, and then how long do they do that? I forget.
It just be months.
Yeah,
I mean, it'd be like probably.
It's during the winter, right? Is that when they sleep, or is it summer?
It's like winter, cold.
Somewhere, yeah,
because they can't hunt. It is nothing out there to eat.
Yeah,
some of them eat grass and shit.
I'm gonna just.
Well, they be having young too. They be sitting there with their young, just laying there.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy that they do that shit for months.
They be woke. They be just be laying there.
It's just like I ain't getting up.
Yeah, they ain't doing shit. Like
like I'm gonna just wait till I fall back to sleep. But it's like we still got 2-3 months of this.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't come to terms with is how they go to the bathroom. Like, you just laying there for months.
Yeah.
Not,
that shit gotta be crazy. Yeah.
But right. Like shit.
Right. But yeah, alligators can not eat nothing for a whole year.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like they not one bite of anything.
So I don't understand why they want to eat you when they see you. Like, come on, you don't really need to eat me.
Right.
You can go a whole year. I know your whole MO.
Yeah. But I know your whole MO. But that's why, like, see, that's why I don't. And that's the thing I think that's what's scary about. Granted, I mean, depending on where you at, you know, it's not like it's just fucking alligators thrown around unless you like in Florida and shit, and they pop up in people's swimming pools and all that. That's why I couldn't live in those areas, like, you know what I'm saying, to where I can go out in the back of my crib and there's a fucking alligator like in my pool. Like I couldn't live nowhere like that because you don't know. That's the thing, because they're great predators. Like I said, they're one of the best predators. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times you won't. That's the thing. A lot of people that get attacked by alligators, they don't know that they there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just feel like if you got a license to carry, I'm surprised I haven't seen a video of somebody just letting off on an alligator.
Right.
Like,
besides that, remember that clip from the bull from Philly that put the joint in the trash can?
He put an alligator in the trash can?
He was down Florida. You ain't ever see that clip?
Oh, yeah. But he ain't shoot it.
No. I'm just saying, but like, even what he did, I was just like, I'd have never did that. I'm like, yo, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm not fucking, you know what I'm saying?
No, but you feel that way. This is what I feel about spiders. Like, when I see a spider, I gotta kill this nigga.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, he gonna be somewhere else that I don't know where he at.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't kill spiders unless they gotta be like.
I kill some of them
because you know they do a lot for us. They get rid of all the rest of the insects.
Some of them be aggressive.
Yeah,
and I gotta get rid of them.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, only time I kill shit like that, like spiders, is if it's somewhere close to where I'm generally at a lot.
Like if you sleep and he on your nightstand.
Yeah, like I gotta kill you, dog, because you a little too close to comfort. If I walk in that corner and it's a spider in that corner, I'm letting him rock. Because they do so much.
Yeah, but he seemed like he purposely stayed out the way.
Damn, whatever. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna let you rock out. You know what I mean? Like, but if you're a little too close for comfort to me, then yeah, I gotta knock you off. I'm gonna have to knock you off, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I lay right here. Like, you can't be like you just strolling.
That sounds crazy next to your bed. Like, I gotta knock you off.
I gotta knock you off.
Like, look out here, fucking spiders.
I ain't knocking you down. I'm knocking you off. Yeah, straight up though. But I don't listen. We are not here promoting violence on any animal.
No, we talking about having sex with spiders. I don't even think that's a kink.
Yo, that couldn't possibly be.
Like, yo, you put a tarantula on your pipe. That don't feel wonderful. I had the biggest orgasm with a tarantula up my ass.
Yo, I'm pretty sure it's probably some crazy motherfucker out there doing shit like that, dog. But on that note, 2 things. We're going to wrap this shit up, dog. You know what I'm saying? Two Things Podcast, Tuna Fish and Crackers Podcast. And like I said, I'm telling you now, don't be fucking going around telling people that I said some shit I didn't say, or it's going to be a problem. You know who the fuck I'm talking to.
What you gonna do about it?
I ain't going to do nothing. But it's going to be a problem. I ain't going to do nothing.
Aggressively do nothing.
It's a problem. I'm aggressive.
Fuck these new school niggas